Hello, this is Sheryl Willis over at Go Arizona Real Estate with eXp Realty right here in Phoenix, Arizona. And if you're receiving this video today, you have either already purchased a home with me or you are thinking about moving to the greater Phoenix area. So monthly, I send these newsletter updates rather than type it out and boring, you have to read it. Add a little expression and maybe show you a couple little screens and give you my own personal opinion or twist on things that are going on out there. I have to say, over the last 12 months, right now is the best time to buy a home in the greater Phoenix area. Let me show you real quick why. So if we look at what we call the market index, the market index takes the buyer demand and the supply, and with proprietary numbers, that's not it, this isn't my information, but they come up with an index number. And that way, when you look at the numbers, you can really get a better idea of what's going on in the market. So if you look at what this index number was all the way back to the beginning of the year, the green is going to be 2019. So that's the last normal year we've had, right? Brown was 2020, last year during COVID, which is obviously that big swoop on down where literally the world shut down for about 3 weeks. And then for about another 3 weeks, we were in real estate going, what's going on? And then it was off to the races, right? All right. And then we picked up in the blue at the beginning of the year. And that's when we saw true insanity. It was just absolutely crazy. And for those buyers that did get into homes with greater Phoenix area with our team, congratulations, because I believe all of you have earned any appreciation that you had to come in over to be the top competing offer, bring in extra money to closing. You have already absorbed that appreciation in less than a year. So you made a good choice, and I'll show you why in just a moment. So if you look at where we are at today, right now we're at 346.5. A year ago right now, we were at 354. So again, last fall, we were like, gosh, this is crazy. And now we're saying, oh my gosh, it's calmed down. Again, it's all in retrospect, right? Because you had nothing to compare it to. We've never, even during the boom in 2004, 5, and 6, it never got to these numbers. Absolutely not even close. Now, we were talking earlier this year, again, hoping things would slow down, and they were. And it was interesting, right around May to August timeframe, you started seeing videos, newsletters, and you're still going to see it on the TV because I promise you, the media reports things like a month or two behind. You know how they are. Anyways, as you can see, we saw this dipping. Now, the media was reporting it that the market was dipping, slowing down, declining even. They used those words. And so the consumer, not in the real estate industry, are immediately thinking values. No, it had to do with that index number, how crazy it was. Like I said earlier this year, I have no other word other than stupid to say. Like it was truly, truly stupid. I should take this out before I do my videos, right? People are talking to me. It was insane. So for those buyers that we got you in earlier this year, congratulations, by the way. Again, you got low interest rates. You've already earned that appreciation. You got it, and now you don't have to deal with the hassle, right? And now you get to earn more appreciation, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. So if you look at where we are right now, we're exactly where we were 1 year ago today. That's a good thing. We're not declining. Yes, we had to come down at some point. And thank goodness. Now again, this is not the values, and this is what I'm going to show you. Right down here, believe it or not, way down here where it says balanced market, that is where you would start to see values dipping. But until these bubbles get even close to the yellow and below it, will we see property values decline? And we are not going to see that in the foreseeable future in the greater Phoenix area, not with massive, large, high-paying technology, especially jobs moving here to the greater Phoenix area. That's where, again, it kind of puts a little strain in when we get out of that affordability rating. And right now, if you make $80,000 a year combined household income. So that means if you're by yourself at $80,000, or if the two of you make 40 and 40 or 50 and 30, maybe you have a dad that makes 55 and mom is part-time making 15. If you make a total household income of $80,000, we are still considered an affordable town. Now, take all the people that are moving here from other areas where median values are insane, over the top. In fact, I just recently did a YouTube video. It'll be released in a couple of weeks. And it talks about the median prices in the migrating states, the cities, I should say, into the greater Phoenix area. Let me see if I still have those. They were numbers like San Jose's median, 1.3 million. Portland, Oregon area, actually it was Lake Oswego, did I say that right? That was still 860. That was the median price. Seattle, Washington was also over $1 million. It was insane. Our median price here in the greater Phoenix area is $415. Now, if you have lived here forever, and you remember the day when single family homes were $250, I know you're just like kicking yourself, right? It does seem like it's gone up to a point where it's like crazy high. But when you look at the rest of the nation and where people are moving here from, we are still very inexpensive. We're not cheap, we're cheaper. And so you can get a lot more home. So let's talk a little bit about that appreciation. So October to October, we are now seeing in a greater Phoenix picture, 26% year over year appreciation. As we get a little bit closer to the end of the year, they're hoping it's going to go down a little bit more, because you really, again, you don't want this much appreciation. That's what creates doubt. And I know that there's a lot of you that are like hoping that there's going to be this crash. It's not coming down. Let me point out how different 1 year will make. I talked to so many people, like right before COVID, right in the middle of the massive COVID summer, right, last summer, and even last fall, when people were saying, you know what, I think the real estate market is a bubble. I'm going to wait a year and we'll see where we go from there. And these are people that potentially may have been renting. Well, let's put it this way. If you bought a home, when I talked to you a year ago in October, the median, by the way, was in the 300s. So if you had bought a $400,000 home, today that home would be worth $500,000. So you've missed out, you've paid out money to your rent, you've had no tax benefits, and now you've missed out on $100,000 equity. All right, now, because the median price is $415, let me tell you, that doesn't mean you're gonna get that 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,000 square feet with a swimming pool for $415. $415 is gonna get you in 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,700 square feet, no swimming pool, and not in the highest demand areas. So if you are looking in, let's say, the Southeast Valley, which seems to be the #1 demand area, aside from Scottsdale, but let's just take demand area, the Southeast Valley, because of all of its employment, great schools, community, I can go on and on. The Southeast Valley, right now we are anticipating, let's say 25% appreciation over the next 12 months. Okay, let's just say 25%. And let's say you wanted to buy that 4-bedroom, 2-bath swimming pool in the Southeast Valley, you're gonna look at about $600,000. Now, $600,000 today, if you were gonna buy today, and you were using my mortgage, my lender, and let me tell you why lenders are important, and it's not only about rate, and let me tell you why. Not only is my lender amazing at rate, he's a wholesale lender, and he's never been beat out on the rate, but closing costs are minimal. It is insane. He, instead of selling his product to other lenders and having to add that cushion on so that they can make money too, the savings goes directly to our clients. Not to mention, we have front door access to underwriting, and we get things done quicker and more efficiently, and even the toughest loans fly through Again, unlike some of the other lenders. Here's the best part of my lender. And this is what makes the difference. Again, we're not even just talking interest rate. If you're not putting down 20%, you're going to be paying property mortgage insurance. His property mortgage insurance rates are almost, I want to say he told me 56% off lower than any other bank or broker or lending institution. So instead of paying your mortgage insurance, your property mortgage insurance, you can use that money towards your home. So you save in one spot, you can use it somewhere else. So again, let's look at if you bought a house today for $600,000, 10% down is $60,000. With today's interest rates, which are 3.05, yes, they've gone up. And let me tell you guys, if you're at the bottom, where are they going to go? Best case scenario, they're going to stay right where they're at, right at 3%, but they could go up, right? We know that. Your payment on a $600,000 with 10% down with his property mortgage insurance is going to be just under 2,700 square feet. Now, if you were saying, this is the reality. So people that say, I want to buy a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,000 square foot with a swimming pool, that's what you're currently renting right now. And if you haven't already got your rent hike, you will be. And you're probably paying $2,700 a month for that home in the Chandler, Gilbert area, right? Right. So, but you get no tax benefits if you're renting. Now, in 1 year, if you don't buy that house today, and we see a 25% appreciation, let me tell you what that picture is going to look like. Ready? I didn't make a visual. So ready? That same exact house is going to be now $750,000. If you still come up with 10%, you're going to now have to come up not with $60,000, that's $15,000 more because it's going to be $75,000. Appreciation is going up faster than you're probably saving. So it's getting further away. That payment, if interest rates were to only go up a quarter of a point, don't you hate numbers? I love numbers. A quarter of a point. So it could go up higher. We all know it. But for this scenario, I'm telling you, 3.25 on a $750 purchase with $75,000 down, your mortgage payment is going to be $3,500 a month. That's not so fun. And here's the other part of that. If you bought it from me today, it would be $2,700 a month. That's a difference of $800 a month. That's $800 a month. Times 12. So not only are you paying $150,000 more for the house, not only are you having to come up with an additional $15,000 for your down payment, but you're spending almost $10,000 more a year. That's the 800 difference times 12. That's $9,600. Because you wanted to wait. What are you waiting for? That's what I'm asking you. What are you waiting for? Here is what the appreciation rates, it's actually surprising. So again, year over year, October to October, for the greater Phoenix area, we've seen an average of 26%. You'd think Chandler and Gilbert, Scottsdale would be higher. And they were. Chandler was at 27%, Gilbert's at 29%, Scottsdale's at 29%. But let me tell you where the biggest appreciation was seen in the greater Phoenix area. Ready? Some of these will surprise you. Queen Creek, from October of last year to October of this year, 34%. If you bought from me a year ago in Queen Creek, woohoo, you are dancing a jig, right? Maricopa is still super affordable. And even though it's 12 miles outside of Chandler, and I have gone through 2 windshields because it's the desert, street road, Maricopa saw 32%. 32% appreciation. Good for you guys. I got a couple clients. In fact, I'm going to their house for dinner tonight. They bought their retirement home before they needed to retire, and they're out visiting right now. And they're from New York, and they're Italian. And every time they come to town, I get an amazing Italian feast. So I can't wait to see you guys. Here's a big surprise, Goodyear. Goodyear. Now this is not all of Goodyear. And this is why if you bought from me, you know that I always say hone down into the zip codes. If you haven't bought from me yet, I love using bestplaces.net to get a lot of information, a lot of demographics, you can get crime rate, political views, school ratings, all kinds of things on bestplaces.net. But if you go on there, make sure you type in the zip code, because all of Goodyear isn't 36%. Goodyear, in my opinion, is two different areas. You got one right by the freeway, and that's the older part of Goodyear. And then you have the newer part and Estrella Mountain Ranch. Oh my God, it's honestly one of my favorite places. And I can't wait until we get that freeway. There's actually 2 freeway extensions that are going to be opening up over the next many years there. So it's going to be booming. Like, it's going to boom like crazy. Goodyear, put that on your radar. And here's the biggest winner. This is it. When you understand the economics of these numbers and why people bought in this area, you would get it. But Tolleson, from October to October, and mind you, this is cooled down 43%. 43%, because a year ago is when more than a year ago, they started building newer homes there. We have a ton of companies that are moving there. One of my favorite ones, HelloFresh. They're coming in from Richmond, California. They're moving their entire operation right over there by Tolleson. So employees, we actually had a gentleman and his family, they had just gotten pre-qualified in Richmond, California for a little over $1 million. Which you have to know, in Richmond, California, that's nothing. I mean, nothing. That's probably a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. Seriously. But that's when he got notice that HelloFresh was moving out here. So he gave us a call. We got him locked in to a certain area. He got literally his dream house times 2 for only $650. Insane. So that is where things are at in the greater Phoenix area. It is a phenomenal time to buy. We do have a little bit more inventory. We're at the greater Phoenix area is about 33%. But let me tell you where I found some great steals. Well, I wouldn't say steals, because the deal is to get into a home. And people got to remember that when they come out here to buy. I've had a lot of buyers too. They're like, yeah, I know it's hot out there, but I'm looking for a deal. Well, a deal right now is to get into a home that you love and not be too upside down right off the bat. And maybe, you have that, shadow or, ghost equity for, 6 months. At one point, we were thinking it was going to take our clients, people that paid $100,000 over their market appraised value, like in March and April, we were thinking that it was going to be a 12-month before they saw it. They've already seen it. That's what I mentioned earlier in this video. So anyways, point is, there is a lot of new build opportunities. Ta-da! Builders are now calling me, hey Sheryl, do you have any buyers? I have a spec home that just came back on the market, or we don't have a wait list anymore, or yes, they'll bend over backwards to accommodate maybe some, completely change up the kitchen or bring in something totally dynamic, something that they didn't even think of. I'm telling you, it's a good time. The buyer demand is starting to pick back up. And just like any year, fall time is typically the slowest time of the year for real estate, because there's fewer buyers in the market and the sellers think it's not a good time to list, so they wait till January. So what do you guys think is going to happen January 1st? I'm thinking there's going to be a light switch that just goes boom again. So if you are thinking about buying, now is the time. You know what? Just give us a call. I cannot tell you how many people we start talking to, and when they start running the economics, in fact, I have a meeting later today. I have a family that is going to be doing a 231 exchange. Did I say 2? I did. A 1031 exchange. I really know what I'm talking about there. That was just a Freudian slip. And anyways, they're going to be doing a 1031 exchange. They want to retire out here in about 3 or 4 years. So it's way far out. They know that the values are going up. They see what's happening. And so they're going to be selling their place in the Seattle, Washington area. you're going to be buying a home out here that they will be using as a rental. And that way it pays for itself more than it pays for itself right now. Again, rents have gone up craziness. And then in 3 or 4 years when they retire, they will have already paid down the mortgage insanely so. And now they have their forever home and they paid, value from 3 or 4 years earlier. How many times have you said, I shoulda, coulda, woulda 3 years ago? People ask me, when's the best time to buy real estate? I say 5 years ago. All right, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed my video. You have a wonderful Halloween. You have a great Thanksgiving season. This is a wrap up for October. And if I can help you, even just answer your questions, if you're thinking about buying in 2022 or 23, it's never too early to start planning and at least get a lot of this information. Have a good one. Be safe. God bless. And I'll see y'all soon. Bye.